Hello, this is Tarun. In this video, we will see dynamic routing using RIP version 1 and RIP version 2. So, what is RIP is? It is the routing information protocol. So, using those routing information protocol version 1 and version 2, we will do the dynamic routing in this experiment. So, for that, we have the topology here. This is the topology, and in this topology, let us see what we have. Here, we have 5 networks, which is 0.0, 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. We have 5 different networks. And this network is a 0.0 network. This router and switch is connected to 0.0 network, that means we have one LAN, and this is for 1.0 network, router 1, and router 2 with 2.0 network. These two PCs and switch. And here you can see for this network we have 192.168.3.0/30, whereas we have here /24, which means here I have borrowed for 3.0, I have borrowed for 3.0/30, I have borrowed 6 bits. So the subnet for this network will change, which will be 255.255.255.252, whereas for this networks for 0.0, 1.0, 2.0, like the subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0. And for these two networks, because they have /30, that means we have borrowed 6 bits, the network subnet mask will change, which will be 255.255.255.252. And now let us see how to configure the IP addresses. So for PCs, I have already configured the IP addresses. So let us see how I have configured. For PC 0, because it belongs to 0.0 network, you can see it is belonging to 0.0 network. I have given the IP address as 0.2 and subnet mask as 0.1. And for PC 1, it will be 0.3 and 0.1. Same way as it belongs to PC 2 belongs to 1.0 network, it will be 1.2 and 1.1, 1.2 and 1.1. And for PC 3, 1.3 and 1.1. And for PC 4, it belongs to 2.0 network, IP address will be 2.2 and gateway will be 2.1. For PC 5, it will be 2.3 and 2.1. Now we will configure the IP address for the these three routers. So for that, let us open first router 0. I have to enter configuration mode, so enable configuration mode quantity. Now what I have to do is I have to give it first. I will do it for interface fast Ethernet 0/0. So for this network, you see here FS0 is as 0. So for this network, first I will configure. For that interface, I will configure. So now give IP address. IP address for this network will be 192.168.0.1, because that is the default gateway of the PC 0. And then subnetting will be 255.255.255.0. And because I have to give no shut here for turning this port on. So you can see here state into state up. Now if I say exit, now for this connection, which is SC2/0, for this interface I have to configure the network. So SC2/0, the IP address will be 192.168.3.1, because it belongs to 3.0 network. And as I said before, the IP address, the subnetting will change, which is 255.252 for this network. And because it has a clock symbol, I have to give a clock rate. Clock rate will be this is 4,000. Now what I have to do is I have to give no shut and then I'll write the information. So that's it. Now let's do the same for router 0 also, router 1 also. I have to give enable, go to configuration mode, first for fast Ethernet 0/0. So for this, as it belongs to the 1.0 network, the IP address will be IP 255.168.1.1 and default gateway 255.255.255.0 and I'll give no shut. That's it. Now for the interface SC 2/0 for this the IP address will be 192.168.3.2 because 3.1 I have already used. This also belongs to 3.0 network. This SC2/0 connects to router 1, so it will be 3.2 and the IP address will be 255.255.255.252. Then I have to give no shutdown. And then I have to end. I have to write the information. And now for interface 3/0 also I have to do. You can see here this router has 3/0 connection also. So for that I'll go to conf t int SC3/0. The IP address is 192.168.4.1 as it belongs to 4.0 network, and the IP address will be 255.255.252. And because I have a clock symbol there, I have to give a clock rate, and the clock rate will be 64,000. No shut. And right. So done with router 1. Now we'll do it for router 2. For router 2, enable conf t for interface 0/0. IP address will be 168.2.1 default gateway of 2.0 network, and then 255.255.255.0. No shut. And now for interface SC 2/0 and 2/0 belongs to 4.0 network, so the IP address will be 192.168.4.2 because 4.1 is already used in the 4.0 network. Now subnetting will be 255.255.255.252. So then I'll say no shutdown. And now right. So I'm done with configuring the routers. Now let us see we'll see what is here. Show IP route. Let me see the IP route here. So it's connected directly to 0.0 and 3.0. I have other networks also in the network, so in order to transmit the packet successfully, each router should know everything about the other routers also. So it only knows about this router 0 only knows about 0.0, 0.0 network and 3.0 network, but we have to configure it for the remaining networks also. This router should know about the remaining 3 networks also. So for that only we'll dynamically route the address. So for that what we have to do is we have to use the RIP version 1. We will use the routing information protocol version 1. So for that, first I have to say configure T, and then router RIP. Then I have to give the known networks for this networks. The known networks are these two, 0.0 and 3.0 are the known networks. So 192.168.0.0 and network 192.168.3.0. These two are the known networks. So now we'll give n and then I'll write information. So now if I say show IP route, you can see here it will not show now. If I connect it to router 1 also, then it will show. So for that, now if I say show IP route, you can see here only 1.0, 3.0, 4.0 are known, or 0.0 and 2.0 are not known. So I'll dynamically do it using the RIP version 1. So for that, go to configure mode. Now say router RIP. This is syntax how we have to do. You have to say, you have to go to configuration mode, say router RIP. Now give the known network IP addresses, which are 192.168.1.0, 3.0 and 4.0. Now I'll say n and write the information. Now for same way for router 2 also. First let me say show, I'll see the routes, show IP route, the known routes. Only 2 and 4 are known. We don't know 0.0, 1.0 and 3.0. So I have to configure it. For that, done with routing, configure T, router RIP. Now I have to give the known networks, which are 192.168.2.0 is one network, and then 4.0 is another network. So I say n, then I write information. Now let us see which routes knows. So now you can see all the networks 0.0, 1.0, 2.0, 3.0 and 4.0. All the networks, all the network routes are available in this router. Same way let us check for this router also. Show IP route 0.0, 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. It also, this router also knows about all the other routers, other networks in the topology. For this router, show IP route, it also knows 0.0, 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. It also knows about all the other networks available in the topology. So we have successfully done it using the RIP version 1. The only difference between the RIP version 1 and RIP version 2 is we have to specify. After this video I will show you. So after using router RIP, what I have to specify is I have to specify the version also, version 2. I have to give version 2. So if I give version 2, then it will be using the RIP version 2. What is the difference between RIP version 1 and RIP version 2? Or RIP version 1 don't work if there are networks which are shared machines, which are subnetted. If there are subnetted networks in the topology, then it is difficult, or sometimes the RIP version 1 might not work. But whereas that is the reason why RIP version 2 was invented, to overcome this problem. So if you want to use RIP version 2, just we have to specify the version 2 after this command, it will work. Now let me try to ping packets to check whether successfully I have done the routing. First time it will give fail. Let me check now. You can see here it is successful, which means I have successfully gave the dynamic routing using the RIP version 1. So let me check from 0 to PC3. First time it will give fail. Let me check again. Now it is successful, and then we'll see from PC1 to PC4, then PC1 to PC4, successful. Now PC2 to PC4, it is successful, and PC3 to PC5. Let's try again. PC3 to PC5, it is successful. So let's try one more time. PC0 to PC2, successful. PC0 to PC3, successful. PC1 to PC2, successful. PC2 to PC4, successful. PC3 to PC5, successful. So this is what the dynamic routing using the RIP version 1 and RIP version 2. That's all. Thank you.